I could see the change, as you say, from smaller gigs up to the big ones. And then you start getting into stadiums when we done Europe, like Italy, Zurich, Greece. I might say in Greece, I got in a lot of trouble there because they was in the stadium and he used to throw roses, Mick, to the crowd. I sussed it out, he's going to have a look to see what's going on. I come back and said, he's going to have a hard time, you are. What? I said, you ain't going to make those roses. You're in the middle of the stadium at a football pitch. Don't worry about it. Of course, as they, struck up satisfaction, he gave me a huge, great basket of roses. He scored, away you go. And I dived to the shortest part of that stadium, and up come the police, and I went right through them, swinging this, what's the name? And I, over the fence, and they made it, so I'm on it. But at the same time, they give me a hard time grabbing hold of me, and I happened to whack a police inspector, only by mistake. That was my excuse. But they knocked my glasses off, and without my glasses, I'm blind as a bat. But I managed to find them in, found the lenses, glasses on the ground, and away we went. Anyway, Keith was going to come off stage and belt with a guitar, and oh no, let's get out of here. So we split. But that I'll never forget, because the next day, the army took over. The king got thrown out. That, when they had done that takeover bid, as you call it. And Charlie, he went to the islands. They were all split different places. And the promoter, he got them all out. And there's me, Bill, at the airport, and they won't let us out. And I made some excuse, you can't take Greek money out. I said, well, that's Mickey Mouse money, you can have it, who needs that shit? You don't need to speak like that. I said, well, what do you give us a hard time? We're going out of your country, not coming in. And what's more, if we get out, I ain't going to come back again. And Bill looked, he never said a lot. I said, say nothing, Bill, you can't get into trouble. But that was a bit of an experience, that was.
I was actually in Paris with them. I flew to Paris for one of the tours for the NME. And that was the famous incident where we had I think it was a guy called Jerry Gruber, who was a tour manager or something, who was busily trying to get people off the front of their car when they were leaving the gig, and there was some kid hanging onto the tail fin. And Brian Jones' comment was, can you speed up a bit, Jerry? I want to see him bounce. He was a caring soul, Brian, at times.
You see, what happened, I asked for permission. I said, can I look at it? Yeah, we dig him, because that's when Like a Rolling Stone was out, Well, Kip always thought he was taking a mickey. He really wasn't. But anyway, we was in a club called the Scotch and St James, just up at Jermyn Street. Something churchyard or something. We arrived up there, there's Keith and a couple of men and Brian. And they'd well gone, Keith was well at it. And he, for some reason, I know Dylan's got a bit of the horrors like, but for some reason, I thought, time to get out of here. So Keith said, I'm going to clobber him. I said, look, you can't. So let's be fair, I work for you, but I don't now. My job is to look after him. And you've got to get through me to get to him. I said, no, we don't want that, do we? So what are you talking? I said, we don't want that, Keith, let's go. So he said, no, you F off. So I said, great. So I grabbed Dylan and away we went. Well, next thing I know, we're going back to the Mayfair Hotel. There's Brian with a Rolls Royce turned up trying to get through the revolving doors at him. He jumped the pavement like and stopped. But that was more fun than anything. But as we know, they're good mates. I mean, say Keith likes him, but that's a long time ago. But that's the situations I used to have to be put into, and somehow I used to get out of them. I had to. I don't know, he thought he was taking the piss out of him with Like a Rolling Stone. About this, we know it's a good song, but that's where he impression is taking the mickey out of him. And I think that's what keyed him up, and a few bevies has done it. That's what I put it down to anyway. But as I say, I got that straightened out. The best thing I can do is get Dylan out of there. So of course, in the car, away we went, back to the hotel.